Hello, I am Jayson Bates, owner of Electrum Financial, where a mortgage is not just a flip of the coin. If you're looking to purchase or refinance and need a mortgage in the state of Arizona, well, I would love to be your lender of choice. Don't forget to subscribe, tell your friends and family. Would appreciate that support. I hate asking that, but you kind of got to do that with YouTube. Okay, so last night I was going through some tweets, and I want to share with you that are pretty relevant to what is happening right now. And it came from the president here, so let me bring it up here. And he says here, at the request of many great Americans who live in the suburbs and others, I'm studying the AFFH housing regulation that is having a devastating impact on these once thriving suburban areas. Corrupt Joe Biden wants to make them much worse, not fair to homeowners, IMAN. So what is AFFH, right? So I had to do some research because I didn't even know what AFFH is or was. So let's bring that up. That's the article I want to talk about. But we'll get to the AFFH here. Let's zoom in here and take a look at what this is. It's a mouthful. This is a mouthful. Affirmatively furthering fair housing is a legal requirement that federal agencies and federal grantees further the purpose of the Fair Housing Act. This obligation to affirmatively further fair housing has been in the Fair Housing Act since 1968. So I'll jump to the highlighted gray area here in quotes. Taking meaningful action in addition to combating discrimination that overcome patterns of segregation and foster inclusive communities free from barriers that restrict access to opportunity based on protected characteristics. What a mouthful. Specifically, affirmatively furthering fair housing means taking meaningful actions that, taken together, address significant disparities in housing needs and in access to opportunity, replacing segregated living patterns with truly integrated and balanced living patterns, transforming racially and ethnically concentrated areas of poverty into areas of opportunity, and fostering and maintaining compliance with civil rights and fair housing laws. The duty to affirmatively further fair housing extends to all of program participants, activities, and programs related to housing and urban development. Wow, what a mouthful. Basically, it's Section 8 housing. That's basically what it is. Now, I also, in my research, came across this article that I want to share with you, because this article also kind of demonstrates a few things here that I want to discuss. Trump threatens to overturn a fair housing regulation designed to help, and I quote, overcome historic patterns of segregation, end quote, saying it has, quote, devastating impact on suburbs. So this article is already trying to put this in a racially motivated sense. However, let's get back into the article here, because there are some things in the article here. And this is where I would say that the current administration, given the trying times that we're in right now, racially divided country, it's really, really tough out there right now. You're afraid to say anything about anything. Here it is. President Trump is actually taking this head on. He's not afraid of anything. He's just not afraid of anything. So as part of the regulatory review, HUD asked the public to offer comment on those rules that might be excessively burdensome or unclear, the agency said. What we heard convinced us that the assessment of fair housing tool for local governments wasn't working well. Key takeaway, the government's actually listening to the people? Wow, holy moly, the government actually asked the people? Ben Carson, HUD secretary, you actually took a survey of people on this situation? Good for you, good for you. Okay, so the article goes on to say here, and I want to highlight this. Hopefully this is kind of coming in clear here. Mayors know their communities best, so we are empowering them to make housing decisions that meet their unique needs, not mandate them from federal government, Carson said in the statement at the time. Having said that, if the community fails to improve housing choice, HUD stands ready to enforce Fair Housing Act and pursue action against any party that violates the law. So this is actually, I think, great. I don't know too many suburbs or people that live in the suburbs that want Section 8 housing in their backyard. And I don't know too many communities that when a Section 8 housing is put in their backyard, that the community actually benefits from it. You got to think of from a homeowner's perspective on this. If you're a homeowner, you're buying in a certain area, you're buying a lifestyle, you're paying taxes, you're investing in the community, you're doing what you want for your lifestyle. That's why you moved to that particular area. Otherwise, you would have moved somewhere else. So to have a developer or an investor come in and have the backing of the government to put Section 8 housing in your backyard and then those individuals are not paying their fair share to be a part of your community is not fair to the homeowner. So in this case here, I totally agree with the president. He should be evaluating it. And if it shows that it helps the community, then absolutely keep it. But if it doesn't help the community, then get rid of it, get it out of there. And I thank you for listening to the people who are in these communities who have had Section 8 housing put in their communities. And by the way, this was a past administration mandate that had to happen that is now expiring. That's why President Trump is reviewing it right now. So good for him for reviewing something that isn't working. And if it's not working, change it up, get rid of it, and do something else. And that is this week's